pretty emotional in your post-fight interview. I guess where did that come from? All that emotion.
You know, there was I sacrificed a lot to be here. Everything I love. I went all in this camp, and
just days before UFC 320, the card has taken a major hit as one fighter has officially pulled out. The heartbreaking news came straight from Ozzy Diaz, who revealed that after consulting with doctors and his team, he's been forced to withdraw. For Diaz, this wasn't just a tough career decision, it was a painful personal one. In an emotional message to fans, he admitted the choice left him heartbroken but promised to return stronger than ever. While the UFC scrambles to find a replacement, one thing is clear: Fight Week just got a major shakeup. Meanwhile, Dustin the Diamond Poirier is keeping headlines buzzing outside the octagon. The former interim champ shocked fans by publicly calling out Nate Diaz for a boxing match under the Zuffa boxing banner. Poirier admitted Diaz is the one that got away and says he'd gladly lace up the gloves for 12 rounds with the Stockton legend. Could this be the crossover fight fans have been waiting for? With Diaz's history of throwing hands and Poirier's proven striking, this matchup could deliver fireworks if it ever becomes reality.
You went in the cage. Was there a part of you to think, I have to take this in because this is the last time?
Yeah, all week I've been thinking about that. I need to be in the moment. I want to feel it all. Because a lot of times you can get, lose those moments because adrenaline and your blinders are on, your tunnel vision. The adrenaline's pumping so hard, you're just focused on the task at hand.
Alex Pereira and Merab Ankalaev have been at odds for months, and their rivalry has only heated up leading into UFC 320. Pereira accused Ankalaev of lying about their interactions at the UFC Performance Institute. According to Pereira, Ankalaev knew he was in the building, but chose to avoid him, while Ankalaev denied even knowing Pereira was there. Pereira doubled down, saying the inconsistencies in Ankalaev's story prove that someone else is writing his tweets, possibly his manager, using translations. For Pereira, this is more than just trash talk. He feels disrespected by what he sees as dishonesty. Ankalaev, on the other hand, has laughed off the accusations and even trolled fans online by posing with his manager, Ali Abdelaziz, hinting that the Twitter king might actually be pulling the string. Ankalaev's coach also chimed in, dismissing Pereira's style by calling him slow and predictable, saying he's just an old kickboxer with nothing special to offer. Pereira fired back by reminding everyone how he shut down Ankalaev's game plan in their first fight and explained how much mentally stronger he's become since then. This clash of words has set the stage for their next showdown, and both men are eager to prove themselves right. Pereira believes his striking and mindset have evolved, while Ankalaev's camp remains confident that Pereira lacks the speed and power to truly threaten him. Yuri Prochazka also added fuel to the excitement surrounding UFC 320.
Hour with Ariel, you were talking about Alex using shamans and spiritual. Can you kind of explain that?
Now I understand. Thank you. Yes, everybody knows that, and he's doing these rituals before the fight. Everybody can feel that. What's around him and what's going on.
Prochazka, who has fought Pereira twice and lost both times, spoke calmly about sharing the card with his rival. Unlike the heated words between Pereira and Ankalaev, Prochazka takes a very different approach. He focuses heavily on meditation, discipline, and what he calls inner work. For Prochazka, it's about self-growth and reaching the level where he believes he can finally defeat Pereira. He doesn't carry resentment or bitterness, instead seeing each fight as part of his personal journey. He's fully aware of the challenge that comes with facing Pereira again, but he is confident that his evolution as a fighter will allow him to turn the tide this time. With Carlos Ulberg's recent win adding pressure to the title picture, Prochazka knows he needs not just a win, but an impressive performance to put himself back in line for a shot at gold. Fans are intrigued by his calm attitude, which contrasts sharply with Pereira's fiery personality and Ankalaev's blunt words. Prochazka's mental focus could be his greatest weapon, and his belief in himself might be what carries him into another chance at redemption.
What is it about getting down to the source that made you think he was using black magic?
I don't want to speak about that fully because still it is something what I am humble for, and everyone have.
Merab Ankalaev hasn't just kept the spotlight on Pereira, he's also been stirring up attention online. Fans have long suspected that it's not actually Ankalaev writing his tweets, but rather his manager, Ali Abdelaziz. Ankalaev leaned into that idea with humor, posting a photo with Ali and labeling themselves Twitter kings. In the picture, Ali is the one holding the phone, making it even funnier for fans who believe he's the mastermind behind Ankalaev's posts. By doing this, Ankalaev both trolled fans and kept the conversation going in his favor. But he didn't stop there. Ankalaev promised that during the UFC 320 press conference, he would have a big statement for the entire light heavyweight division. This mysterious tease has fans speculating about whether he'll call out Pereira directly, announce something shocking, or even hint at a future fight plan that could shake up the rankings. His confidence is clear, and his ability to control the narrative outside the cage shows how skilled he's become at building hype. For a fighter who is often criticized for being quiet or robotic, Ankalaev is finding a way to draw attention, and it's making people tune in not just for his fights but for his words as well.
Was that a 2-3-2? 2-3. Holy f***. Islam versus Topuria needs to happen. He's up there with John Jones.
Sean O'Malley has also been busy making headlines, and this time it's about Ilia Topuria. O'Malley didn't hold back when he said Topuria is the greatest pound-for-pound fighter of all time. What makes this bold statement stand out is how O'Malley compared Topuria to legends like John Jones and Khabib Nurmagomedov. For O'Malley, the difference lies in how Topuria wins. He doesn't grind out decisions or rely on wrestling alone. Instead, he knocks out the very best fighters in the world. In his last 3 fights, Topuria has scored knockout wins over Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Charles Oliveira, 3 names that are considered some of the greatest in MMA history. O'Malley argued that it's not just the wins, but the way Topuria did it that sets him apart. These weren't close fights, they were decisive, violent finishes.
Give us your thoughts on what you would like to do next.
Dana, give me a jet to Spain, baby. I'm coming for Ilia Topuria. And if he doesn't want it, I want Ilia, baby. Give me Ilia.
O'Malley, who is known for his confidence, even joked about challenging Topuria himself, though he admitted he was glad the Spanish-Georgian star didn't accept. For fans, O'Malley's words carry weight because he's currently one of the biggest names in the sport, and hearing him call Topuria the best ever has people debating whether that's true or just hype. While Topuria's next fight hasn't been scheduled yet, many believe he'll defend his title on the UFC's first Paramount card in January, and fans can't wait to see if he continues his destructive streak. Changes to the UFC schedule also grabbed attention. Jose Luis had to withdraw from a fight on an upcoming November card, opening the door for Merab Dvalishvili to make his UFC debut. Dvalishvili, who was undefeated at 6-0, will face fellow newcomer Denzel Freeman, who is 6-1. This matchup gives fans a chance to see 2 hungry fighters looking to make their mark on the sport. Another exciting addition came when Mahmoud Muradov, often nicknamed Mokhtik Oro, was set to face Jack Hermanson. Muradov is coming off a massive submission win, while Hermanson is looking to bounce back after a tough loss. These changes give the card fresh energy and highlight the UFC's ability to adapt when injuries or withdrawals happen. Beyond fight announcements, the UFC also revealed a new program called UFC Fight ID. This digital identity allows fans to track their engagement, earn rewards, and unlock exclusive perks like tickets, merchandise, and VIP experiences. It's part of the UFC's push to connect with fans more directly, making them feel part of the sport in ways that go beyond simply watching the fights. In other promotions, both Ariane De Silva, formerly known as Ariane Lipski, and Viviane Araujo signed with the PFL, adding depth to their flyweight division. With Dakota Ditcheva looking for top opponents, the PFL's move signals they're serious about building a competitive roster for fans to enjoy.
Will never be squashed. No.
Okay. Maybe we can see a future fight down the line if he does make the comeback?
We'll see, yeah.
Dustin Poirier also grabbed headlines by calling out Nate Diaz for a boxing match. Poirier, who recently announced his retirement from MMA, surprised fans by suggesting a 12-round fight under Zuffa boxing. He admitted Diaz is the one that got away, referencing their canceled UFC bout from years ago. Poirier said he'd only come back for one more fight, and Diaz is the name that excites him. The idea of these 2 warriors trading punches in a boxing ring has set fans buzzing. Both men are known for their toughness, endurance, and striking, and putting them in a ring for 12 rounds sounds like guaranteed fireworks. Poirier clarified that nothing is official yet and that he's still retired, but the call-out has people talking about how big this fight could be for Zuffa Boxing's future. At the same time, Poirier weighed in on Paddy Pimblett's rise, saying that while Paddy's win over Michael Chandler was impressive, it's not enough to earn him a title shot. Poirier believes Paddy needs to face another top 5 opponent before even thinking about fighting for gold. His comments reflect the respect he has for the sport's process and the importance of proving oneself against elite competition. Diego Lopes has been on the rise ever since his thrilling win against Gavin Tucker, and most recently his victory over Joanderson Brito Silva. Now he's turning his attention back to Alexander Volkanovski, the man he once lost to but desperately wants to fight again. Lopes has been vocal in his belief that he's the most exciting matchup for the former champion. He explained that fans love to watch him win or lose because of his high-risk, high-reward style. He even sent a direct message to Volkanovski, asking for a rematch and promising he's a much better fighter now than he was before. What makes Lopes' story even more relatable to fans is how open he is about his struggles. After his last fight, he went viral for vomiting backstage during an interview, which he explained happened because of the adrenaline and drinking fluids too quickly after the bout. While many fighters might try to hide a moment like that, Lopes owned it, which made fans respect him even more. Despite being critical of his own performance, saying he knows he can do better, Lopes is pushing for a fight with Volkanovski, believing it would deliver excitement for both fans and the division.
I feel amazing. I'm so happy. I train a lot for this fight. I told you guys, I'm sure it is going to have level. I'm definitely high level. I'm sure you now I'm enjoying.
Cory Sandhagen has a massive test ahead of him against Merab Dvalishvili at UFC 320, and he's been very open about his confidence in the matchup. Sandhagen explained that Merab's style relies on wearing fighters down with relentless cardio and wrestling pressure. He pointed out that Merab has beaten opponents like Umar Nurmagomedov and Sean O'Malley because they got tired or out-wrestled, but he insists that won't happen to him. Sandhagen claims he doesn't get tired the same way and believes his wrestling defense is strong enough to keep the fight competitive. Beyond just this fight, Sandhagen is already thinking about his future as a champion. He said he would prefer to defend his belt against Umar or Pereira, two fighters he has history with, instead of immediately fighting Sean O'Malley again. Sandhagen feels those fights are more deserving and would allow him to prove himself as a champion willing to take on the best. He also said he wants to be active and fight in the first quarter of next year, showing that he's not interested in sitting on the sideline. For Sandhagen, this weekend is about proving he belongs at the very top, and he's ready to show he can't be broken by Merab's pace. Ben Askren's health journey has been nothing short of incredible. After undergoing a double lung transplant, the former Bellator and ONE Championship star has been sharing updates with fans. Recently, he sat down for a full interview and revealed just how much his life has changed. Askren explained that doctors told him stories of people who had come back from the same surgery to do amazing things like running marathons within 2 years. While he's hopeful about living a healthy life again, he admitted that he'll be on anti-rejection medication for the rest of his life, taking dozens of pills daily. For someone who used to take no medication at all, the adjustment has been huge. He also talked about his weight struggles since the surgery, explaining that he dropped as low as 138 pounds, but has been slowly putting weight back on. Perhaps most touching, Askren revealed that Jake Paul and Dana White both donated to help cover costs when his insurance wouldn't. He said thousands of fans also contributed, with people giving whatever they could, and he expressed deep gratitude for the generosity. Despite his progress, Askren admitted he'll probably never wrestle again, a heartbreaking reality for someone who made a career on the mats. Still, his resilience and openness have made fans admire him even more. Finally, fight week at UFC 320 was hit with a major blow when Diaz pulled out of his scheduled fight against Ibagat Guti. Just days before the event, Diaz posted on Instagram that after consulting with doctors and his team, he had to make the heartbreaking choice to withdraw. In his message, Diaz said it was one of the hardest decisions he's ever made because fighting is his passion, but his health and safety had to come first. He promised fans he would come back stronger, apologized to the UFC and his opponent, and said he trusted God's plan for this difficult moment. His emotional words showed just how much fighters sacrifice to step into the cage. While fans were disappointed, they quickly shared support and encouragement for his recovery. Reporter Marcel Dorf later revealed that the UFC had been searching for a replacement fighter for days, but couldn't clear anyone in time, leaving the matchup in limbo. The loss of the fight is tough for the card, but it highlights the unpredictable nature of the sport. For Diaz, it's a setback, but he made it clear that his story isn't over. He's determined to recover, rebuild, and return to the octagon when the time is right, proving once again that fighters are some of the toughest people in sports, both physically and mentally. UFC 320 has already proven to be a roller coaster event before fight night even begins. Between heated rivalries, shocking withdrawals, and new opportunities, the MMA world has been buzzing non-stop. Alex Pereira and Merab Ankalaev's back and forth has reminded fans how personal these rivalries can get, while Yuri Prochazka's calm determination shows that there are many different paths to greatness. Rising stars like Topuria and Diego Lopes continue to shape the future of the sport, while veterans like Dustin Poirier and even legends like Ben Askren remind us of the passion, sacrifice, and unpredictability that define MMA. On top of all that, the sudden withdrawal of Diaz was a reminder of how fragile fight week can be and how much fighters risk every time they step into the cage. From fiery callouts to heartbreaking setbacks, UFC 320 has all the ingredients of a card that fans will be talking about long after it's over. If you love keeping up with every twist and turn in the fight game, from shocking headlines to in-depth updates on your favorite fighters, make sure you never miss out. Hit that subscribe button now and join us as we continue to bring you the best MMA Desk coverage every single day.